Welcome in. Good afternoon. It's the Ticket Punchers here on 96.1 FM, 1450 AM, Big X Sports Radio, also live right now on the Big X YouTube and the Real Spiel Podcast YouTube page, and of course, the Ticket Punchers X page if you want to find us visually and not just on the radio. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Thank you all so much for joining in here today. It's Roman Kelly, Curtis Phillips, and J.R. Anderson for the Ticket Punchers, taking you down till 6 o'clock right here on the Big X as we do per usual, Tuesday through Friday. Fellas, start of a new week. Excited to be back in chatting with you guys. Excited to reacting to the weekend of sports that we had on Monday as well, on top of looking into the week ahead of us and what we've got. Louisville Cardinals sitting at 4-0. Excited about that, of course, and excited that we were able to punch some tickets this past week as well. I had a pretty good end of the week, not the best Monday night, but excited to chat with you guys and hear how your all's weekends were. We'll start with you, JR. How was the weekend for you personally, and how was the weekend of betting as well? How you doing, my man?
Yeah, weekend was good. Didn't do much. Spent some time with the family, celebrate late birthday stuff, but really didn't do too much on the betting side. Took some live plays, ended up cashing some, quarter stuff, and then we missed by one on that one parlay that we pushed out, I believe, on Saturday night for Sunday, I believe. So other than that, pretty good. How you guys doing?
Curtis, how are you doing?
Going good, man. Got the CIU play Saturday, so that was pretty fun. Had a rocking crowd in Bloomington on their senior night. Sunday, got to go to a wedding, so that was pretty fun. So yeah, I had a nice weekend.
Love to hear that, fellas. Glad you guys are getting active, having some fun with your weekends. Curtis, you've been going to all kind of different sporting events, volleyball games. You've been going to football games. I'm sure the basketball games are about to start up for you as well here any day now, any week now, as some of these teams are going to be having home games nearby. Glad to see you're getting active. We're going to have to figure out some kind of a new segment when we know you're going to be at a game. We got to get a ticket puncher parlay, a little ticket puncher play for the games that you're going to be at physically going forward. Just have a little bit of fun in person. Maybe we create a little bit of content going forward as well for those in-person games where you're attending. I get you're also working, doing your sports statistician stuff, also doing your play-by-play stuff. So we know you're a bit busy, but we got to have some fun with it as well because you're going in and watching some good teams play. Fellas, glad you're doing well. I didn't have the best weekend of betting. Didn't have a bad weekend by any means at all, though. Had a pretty good Friday. Not the best Sunday, but not a bad Sunday either. We hit a few different things. We missed a couple of different things as well. Monday night, not what we wanting it to be just because it was unfortunate. Looking at the 49.5 yesterday on Monday night's game, and I'm letting the listeners know throughout the radio segments that, hey, for play of the day, I'm liking the 49.5 tonight. We're definitely on the 3.5 for the Cowboys to cover. But I like the under 49.5 in a primetime spot where one quarterback's prone to throwing crazy, hectic footballs all over the place, and the other team just throws it a lot in general in the Cowboys with a pretty good Raiders defense at times and a weird Cowboys defense. I thought it was going to be a pretty weird, ugly game, and that's kind of what it was. And, of course, the line shifts to 48.5 by the time I get to the evening to make my bet. Not sitting at 49.5, right around like this time, 5:30 to 6 yesterday. I'm like, you know what? I like the 48.5 as well, people. I think this game can stay under 49. And, of course, fellas, it finishes 33-16, right at 49 points. So I hit the 3.5. On the radio side of things, listeners that were able to grab the 49.5, they hit. But if you waited till the end of the day like I did, you didn't hit, unfortunately. And I always hate that, just losing a bet because of a line move when you technically had it right in your first initial read of it. But that's part of it, right? I should have alternated it. I should have took the line that I originally liked. That's on me. I'm trying to take the set line and get those even money odds. And when you get greedy like that, fellas, it'll cost you. So we have a 1-1 Monday night, unfortunately. But we're going to bounce back on Thursday with some NFL. I think I've actually I've done pretty good on primetime games, and the NFL Sundays are the games that I'm struggling in here. But it's one of those weeks where there's everything going on this week. You name it, there's something to bet on. We've got international soccer on. We've got hockey on, of course. We've got college football on tonight. Some action. I've got to play in some action, a jab for us later on, fellas. NBA starting to get ramped up. You seeing which teams are starting to show that they're serious and which teams that got off to that hot start and are starting to not necessarily fizzle out, but kind of get back to that level of play where you were expecting them a bit. And some teams exceeding expectations that we're also going to be getting into today. A couple of chats we're going to have, not necessarily betting specific, but I want to ask you guys just overall reactions to the weekend. Anything that surprised you? Any upsets that caught your eye? Any performances maybe from some players that caught your eyes, both NBA, NFL, whatever it may be? There was a couple college football upsets. I think all three of us were on Alabama, and they did not get the job done over the weekend, losing to Oklahoma. So, that was obviously surprising to all of us. But what surprised you guys over the weekend? JR, we'll start with you. I know there's a lot of different games you had your eye on. I don't know what all you were able to actually watch. Busy weekend celebrating and stuff. But talk to me. What caught your eye over the weekend of sports?
First off, on the Bama line, the tide was not rolling. So
no, it wasn't.
They bit us on that one. But out of all the games, I'd say the most surprising to me was Ashton Jeanty 7 yards rushing for the entire game. I thought that was pretty wild. And, I didn't think he was going to go crazy, but I definitely thought he was at least going to get, 40, 50 rushing yards. But 6 carries for 7 rushing is absolutely insane.
6 carries is what blows my mind.
I mean, they couldn't with Quinnen Williams finally making his debut. Him and who's the other big boy that they got from Green Bay?
Oh, I know who you're talking about. I can't think of his name right now. Clark is that his last name?
Yeah.
His first name.
They
Kenny
were
Kenny Clark.
Yeah, dude, they were hammering the line of scrimmage and just stuffing the run. It was actually amazing to watch.
Yeah, it's tough to get a real gauge on this Cowboys team, just how good they are, because there were some moments out there last night where you look like that's the quarterback in the league right now who has the most chemistry with his two best receivers out there. And I feel like, am I crazy to say the best wide receiver duo in the league? Is that crazy? Can we say that right now? November 18th is. I feel like November 18th. It's safe to say that. That's my favorite. That's my favorite as a neutral to watch are those two. Because you've got a quarterback who can really find them and understands the way that they like to run their routes. On top of having top 3. He's one of the top 3 anticipators throwing the ball in the league. Dak Prescott is. He quite literally can throw guys open. We've seen it. He can also throw those passes that you're like, how did the Raiders not come down with that last night? Yeah. And that's where I liked the 49ers, because you've seen some of those Cowboys drives stall out this year because they're not getting anything in the run game. They've got to rely on Dak and the tight end and the receiver every single play, and it can sometimes be easy to read if it aligns up with what you studied in film. So, and you saw that on some plays, some Raiders plays where it's like, how are you guys allowing this team to get down the field this way when you just had 2 perfect defensive possessions in a row? And I get that's just NFL football sometimes, but that Raiders defense just they probably hate that offense.
I heard Max Crosby wants to come to Baltimore. That's what I heard. Let's
He'd
get it
probably
done.
have a little more fun.
Chicago wants some more.
Nah, see, don't nobody want to go to Chicago.
Fellas, the interesting week in the NFL. I don't think there was any overall performances. The way the Bills looked at the beginning of that game was kind of interesting. Josh Allen looked like he was in for a stinker, and then he completely turns it up from there after that game, where he broke a record, or he's now the only quarterback with he's tied for the one of 2 quarterbacks with 3 touchdowns, 3 passing touchdowns, 3 rushing touchdowns in the same game.
Yeah.
Really crazy to think that Lamar hadn't done that before, or even like Mahomes. 2 guys who that have both had some very, very high scoring games in their careers. Outside of that, not anything too crazy. Some things going as suspected. What do you guys think of that perfect time, man? I turn a buck down my AP. Perfect time, man. Shedeur Sanders out there.
I didn't see much of that game.
Oh my, the blitz came.
Don't watch it.
It came hard, and he struggled with it. But
I heard he didn't get a lot of first team reps and stuff like that.
He didn't get any.
He didn't practice at all with the first team.
Yeah, they just threw him into the fire, kind of. So I think that was more of a.
They announced he'll be starting this week.
Yeah,
that's not really knowing what was coming, not really being on the same page with the first team guys.
Yeah.
They announced he'll be starting this week going forward, as Dylan Gabriel will be in concussion protocol. So we'll be taking a look at that line this week, seeing what we can maybe find there, because they are going up against the Raiders, and this is a Raiders team that's had some takeaways. The defenses has gotten some points, but of course they got this over under 37.5, so they know it's going to maybe be ugly. But that was going to lead me to my next point, though, fellas, is what are we looking at here tonight, today, throughout the week? Before we get into tonight's look and tonight's props and the official punches for tonight, is there any early line watching you guys are doing? I get that, there's a big NCAA basketball game tomorrow, as we'll have Arizona and UConn playing. I'm kind of looking at the line there. I'm trying to figure out if there's anything in college football that we can maybe get our hands on early before the line shifts in favor of the team that we maybe want to take. What are you looking at early on, Curtis, as there's a lot of big matchups this week in multiple different sports?
Yeah, I'm going to be honest. I haven't, gotten to my dig for the week, but I think that Thursday night football game is a little intriguing with Buffalo going to Houston to play the Texans. I haven't seen the status of C.J. Stroud yet, but if he's playing, I might take a look at the home team with the points. But
they've got Davis Mills props currently, so looking like he's not currently getting the nod. I don't know. We'll have to see what the practice reports. I haven't read any practice reports from today. So we'll have to see there. I get my practice reports from the fantasy app. Is that crazy?
Not at all.
No, not at all. Yeah.
They give you accurate ones. They give you to them early on the fantasy app too.
They're always early. Yeah.
That's where I go to get them. But I'll go check on that. JR, anything you're looking at early on in the week? I get that's kind of a crazy question, not knowing it's coming, as I didn't send you guys the show outline for today. But
I got one for you specifically for you because this is your team.
Okay.
But it's going against your team. I'm taking Atlanta money line with Kirk Cousins at the helm against them New Orleans Saints plus 108.
Oh my!
The Saints are 1-13.
Rivalry game this week for us.
Games.
But Tyler Shuck, new quarterback. Shuck is the one of those last games now.
I'm taking this just to go against your team. That's the other reason why I'm gonna probably put it.
All right, we got a little bit of ticket puncher bullying going on here, trying to take advantage of my Saints. Hey, we're favored for a reason now. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. But I mean, that is not a bad play at all. Atlanta has proven that their upside this season has shown that they can be a much better football team than that we have shown. Kurt is starting though. That's the one factor though.
Yeah, they'll figure it out. They said that they're going to implement and change the offense to fit his style, kind of like what they tried.
I think that could give us an advantage, but we'll see.
With Drake London out and Mooney being the number one now, there's definitely going to be some shifts, but I expect them to pound the rock with.
Bijan. Yep, nothing we can really do to stop it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like that. I mean, I'm not going to play it because I can't do that to myself, but I can understand it. Are we thinking that there's any way that the Colts are going to upset the Chiefs this coming week? I mean, if there is any chance.
They look vulnerable. They definitely look vulnerable, but
I think that line will get closer. It's 3.5 now. I think it'll be like 2.5, maybe even 1.5 come game time.
Speaking of the Chiefs, if we recall back, if we can do the little rewind and go back to our first episode, do we recall a conversation of me talking about the Broncos and the Chargers and the Chiefs and that division?
Yeah.
Chargers win first game in San Paulo. Broncos win, and I think that's their only two. They lost to somebody else, but I can't remember. But yeah, both of them, and now they're saying that it's the Broncos division to win this year.
For the first time since 2015, seeming like the Chiefs are not going to be winning their division.
Their 10-year streak.
That's crazy. And it's the Broncos defense is what's going to be why. It's not even like, the Chargers offense to start the year looked like it was the same level as their defense that had its up and I don't necessarily think the Chargers offense is all that consistent going up against good defense, but it's kind of crazy that I think that both those teams are technically better than the Chiefs.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what's going on with the Chiefs. To me, I've always blamed it on their run game. Like they just completely abandoned the run, and then they kind of supplement the run for screen passes and these little quick passes to try to pick up a couple like dink and dunk yards. But if Rice and the speedsters are not cooking, they're dead in the water unless their defense can perk up.
Well, all right, fellas. Oh, go ahead, Curtis.
No, I was saying they're also not winning those, close games like they was last year. They're losing all the games that they was winning last year. So I think that's a difference as well.
What are we looking at tonight? Because there's some matchups that I want to get your all's opinions on. Not the best NBA slate for us tonight. Not actually like a matchup that I'm too in particularly excited for outside of the Pistons Hawks, just because any team on a 10-game win streak, and it's a team that's not really expected to be performing it the way that they are, you're going to watch that going forward. Not only that, they have broken history with their last win streak, or their last victory in this win streak at 9, having now the longest win streak since 2008 for the franchise. Cade Cunningham and those guys. And what's crazy, the way that they're doing it is not necessarily relying upon any in particular player. They're having, Cade Cunningham in this 10-game win streak, he's missed 2 or 3 games. Jalen Duren's missed a few games. They've had a lot of players out. Tobias Harris has missed games in this stretch as well. And they have someone step up pretty much every single night. The Jenkins kid who's been playing for them like the last 3 or 4 nights, he's been the real deal. They play the Hawks tonight. I'm not going to say this is the best matchup on the slate, but outside of Warriors Magic, it's going to be the second best game tonight, in my opinion, on the NBA slate, just because, the Spurs and Grizzlies could probably be a closer game with no Wemby, but who do you even care now? The Grizzlies clearly proving that they're not going to be anything special this season. Ja looking like he's not really too in tune with that team, and they're not really playing that high level of offense right now. What do you guys like tonight? Warriors Magic is the game where I feel like we're all going to have something in this game. Outside of that, I'm going to probably stay away from Celtics Nets. I'm going to stay away from Grizzlies Spurs, and I'm definitely staying away from Suns Trailblazers. Starts at 11 p.m., man. Like, I don't. That makes me not want to bet on it. I'm sorry. Like, I like to pay attention and watch the things that I bet on. If there's a chance that I don't want to be paying attention before it's over due to how late it's starting, it kind of pushes me away from props, which is not really the best betting tactic. But I don't like to bet things blindly or watch the outcome of it blindly. So I don't like the 11 p.m. tips. I'm going to have to overcome that feeling a few times this season with the Lakers. But what do you guys like tonight in the NBA slate before we get into a little bit of college basketball chat and seeing what the text line and stream chat is sending in to us? JR, we'll start with you because I'm sure you've got a few things. Curtis, We'll get with you next.
First off, you got to mention the Kings' return to prime time tonight.
He's GTD. Game time decision, first game of the year.
There.
Yeah, I think he's playing. Yeah,
he's already at the arena. He's doing his stretches in his do-rag. He's ready to rock.
I mentioned it earlier on the radio. I didn't know if it was. I haven't seen anything in like the last 2 hours, so I didn't.
Yeah, he's in there like swimwear. For his individual line, the only line that I really loved, which I think he's gonna perk up.
What they got him at 12 points?
I'm gonna take his points and assists. I do think he'll get 15 to 17 easy, and then try to lead the way with 7-8 assists easy. But it's minus 122, really favorable odds. You could even water it down to 17 to like 19 and still get under 200. So I like that as a straight if you're looking for a piece. As far as team, we can do team first. The Grizzlies are 0-7 against the spread in their last 7 games against top 10 scoring defenses. So San Antonio spreads 5.5. I love that, even without Wemby. Those guards are dogs. Like you said, Memphis kind of checked out. If Ja and Jaren aren't rolling, then they're in trouble. So minus 114 for San Antonio spread right now. The Pistons are 8-0, 100% in their last 8 games as a favorite. Minus 108. I love that line there.
It shifted. Mm-hmm. They were not favorites a few hours ago.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. They waited till they love doing that. They love doing that on those close lines.
The public moved it. I think
that much?
Yeah. When you look at the statistics, just because it's a home game and Cade looked good last game, that nobody was betting it, but as it gets closer, like to noon and then 1 and 2 and 3, once some of the injuries are announced, then that's when I saw a big drop in public money. So at 12 noon, public money went up to 68%, which is insane, all the way from 31%. So big shift there. Yeah, almost a 40% jump.
Wow, that I don't know what to think now. In this game.
Yeah, I don't know why there wasn't any major announcements. Like I was looking, maybe someone was hurt, maybe
Cade's
There's a
coach got
lot
game
of
time
people on
fired.
the
decision.
injury
Yeah,
report. I think there's still some people game time decision like
yeah,
Porzingis. I
uh
think Cade to go.
yeah. Cade's questionable, Harris questionable. Of course the other two, but everybody else is good. Asar Thompson, right ankle sprain, but looks like he's questionable. Looks like he's good to go.
So do you guys have any official punches that are team props?
Yeah.
Go ahead, JR.
I so far we got the LeBron play. I had a Derek White play, points and assists over 22 and a half, minus 152. That's official. And let me go back here. I am going to take the San Antonio spread 5.5 minus 114. I'm going to take Detroit Pistons money line minus 108, and I'm also going to take in a parlay that I'm gonna build later on San Antonio money line straight minus 220. So
You're on San Antonio heavy. What do you like tonight, Curtis?
Yep, not only team props, but I have 2 player props. I think Steph goes off tonight. Had an off game last game. But yeah, his points line is at 26.5. I like him to go over. He's had some big games versus the Magic, in recent history. If I remember last season, he popped off for 56 against them. Magic allowed the 5th most points to point guards. And then when he plays 30 plus minutes, which I think he should tonight, then he's went over his last 5 games. So I think Steph gets at least 27 points. And then I like Jalen Johnson to go over 15.5 rebounds and assists. He's been going crazy lately. He's averaging 21 rebounds and assists his last 4. And then, Hawks got a lot of injuries right now, so he's kind of just been doing everything for his team. So I like Jalen Johnson as well to go over his rebounds and assist line.
I had the points and rebounds for Jalen Johnson as well there as something I was looking at for his props tonight, as this is going to be a back and forth game. I think where they're going to need him in this spot, though. I'm watching Jalen Duren the other night, guys. He is really coming into his own as a player, as a scorer in particular. Yeah. I think he goes over that 19.5 mark tonight, if I'm being honest, and continues on with that stretch. I'm going to make that an official punch tonight just because I don't
points
like
and rebounds?
No, just points. Points total at 19.5, which is kind of high. Normally, as a guy who's been sitting at that 16 and 17 mark more so before. I don't like the interior defense for the Hawks, if I'm being honest. I think that they have been letting up points with the injuries that they've had in the interior, and I think that Jalen Duren is going to take advantage of that tonight, if I'm being honest. Fellas, I like that 19.5 as an official punch for me there in that game. Anything else? Anything you guys wanted to add official punch-wise? Because I've got one team-wise that I didn't add. I like the Warriors to win this game against the Magic, fellas.
I was just about to say that.
The Magic, I was high on their improvements this year, but the defense just has not been what you would want it to be. I thought there would be an uptick in the defense overall. I think you added a good defender in Desmond Bane, and they've naturally not been able to figure it out fully defensively. With that being said, the Magic have in their last couple of games started to look a little bit better. Not necessarily like against the Rockets, but they were trying to grind it out there at the end. They played a good game against the Nets. They played a good game against the Knicks recently in the Trailblazers. So they've been holding teams finally to some more regular scoring, it feels like, in their last handful of games. And I do think this can be a better game defensively for them. But ultimately, the Warriors, the way that they're shooting right now, how intensely they're defending right now with their deflections, I like the Warriors to get a win here tonight with everybody playing. Important for them. No Kuminga, obviously, but with Suggs out, Bencaro out, Wagner out. Come on.
And
come on.
What's my rule? Anytime a home team is not favored at their own arena, red flag.
Yeah. So we're on the Warriors money line
Orlando, tonight. Minus 156 for Golden State.
I'm on the Warriors money line. The line's at 3.5. I like the 2.5 juice for them to win by 3. If you want I'm taking the alternate at minus 2.5, but ultimately the official punch will be the money line for them to win there. Fellas, we got a comment in the chat here says, can we fade Kentucky tonight? Going up against Michigan State, I'm going to say no. I'm going to say
if you do fade them, I would take that plus 7.5. I was looking into it earlier. If if Kentucky does win, I think Michigan State will stay within that 8-point range, unless they just torch it from 3, which hasn't really happened unless
for neither team
bottom
that
feeders.
much.
Yeah. I don't know. I kind of like Kentucky on the line, but if you're gonna try to attempt to fade them, I would take the +7.5. There was really good analytics on that line earlier.
I like Duke to cover that 10.5 tonight, fellas. That'll be a jab for tonight for me in college basketball. Kansas with no Darren Peterson tonight. Duke team has been able to score on the inside, score on the outside, score in transition, and defend well. Give me Duke to run them off the floor tonight without Peterson. I like them to win by like 15 plus, if I'm being honest,
agree.
fellas.
That Kansas team is nothing without Peterson this year. Yeah.
I'll go ahead and make that an official punch. The Duke 10.5 line. That'll be my third official punch for tonight. It was only going to be a jab. We'll make it a punch. And that's going to wrap us up, though, fellas, unless you've got anything to add quickly, about 15 seconds before we get out of here.
Yep. Florida State team total over 92.5.
Love it. Love it. Yep. Anything else, JR, before we get out?
Two college basketball, North Carolina A&T money line, -152, and Buffalo +2.5 versus Vermont, -118. I did really good research on those two.
Love those. Love those. This is going to wrap us up here on the radio segment of the Ticket Punchers. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Thank you all so much for listening. We're going to go punch some tickets now, and we'll be right back here tomorrow, 5:30 to 6, right here on the Big X.
Let's go punch some tickets.
All right, fellas. We got to get our triple punch parlay out to our listeners. Make sure we get 3 plays we all love here together. I believe the triple punch we slacked on it on Friday, I believe, and we didn't get it out on Monday. But we do need to get that triple punch out today and continue on as we do every day. Fellas, I don't know if you've gotten your parlay pieces prepared or not, but I want to make sure we are all in tune with each other here on this. is there anything you guys? So did either one of you get it ready for your parlay piece ready already?
I do not. Give me 1 second though.
No worries there.
Kind of like I don't know. The more I look at this Atlanta game, kind of want to take this Atlanta plus 1.5.
Switching around.
Like something just tells me that the red.
You think they're gonna end the streak?
Yeah, the red phone's gonna be ringing at halftime, and they'll be like, let's collect this money.
What's yours, Roman?
I mean, I really like the Steph play, if I'm being honest.
What's that?
The points.
What, 30?
27.5.
All right, so might as well round him up to 30.
I don't know though. I don't.
Boy's been cooking.
He has. I'm not gonna make an official punch my parlay piece because I want them to stay separate. Man, I'm tempted to look into.
Are any of these teams on back-to-backs between Golden State, Boston, San Antonio, Atlanta, or Detroit?
Yeah, I think there's 4 teams on a back-to-back. If I'm not
Pretty sure.
The Pistons, maybe not 4.
They played last night.
Maybe only the Pistons. Well, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's what I thought. It was just the Pistons.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Maybe that was yesterday. It was 4.
I built a little 4-leg. Golden State minus 2.5. Boston minus 11 versus Brooklyn. San Antonio minus 5.5. And Atlanta plus 1.5. Plus 1,200 odds for the 4 legs. Kind of crazy.
What are they again?
Golden State minus 2.5. Boston minus 11. San Antonio minus 5.5, and Atlanta plus 1.5, plus 1,200, and there's a 30% booster. I ran it through the algorithm, and it said to take Warriors minus 3.5. It can't decide on the over under of 223.5, but it said it's leaning towards the under. Boston Celtics minus 10.5. It can't decide, but it's leaning towards the under 224. Detroit Pistons versus Atlanta. It says take Hawk minus 1.5. Detroit on hot streak. Memphis Grizzlies, San Antonio Spurs. Line is heavily impacted due to Ja Morant calf out. Victor Wembanyama out. Expect low scoring, depleted game. Thank you. And then there's 2 other lines on here, which is the Lakers. It says take the 12.5.
Like that.
Over 236.5. LeBron returning, but minutes restriction. Luka.
Yeah, call me crazy, fellas. I don't want to make it another parlay piece here. 3-point parlay piece just because it didn't work for me last time. Bron's
avoided.
Tonight.
That PJ got voided, right? He didn't play.
Yeah,
he got voided because he scratched. But nah, unless it's Steph, you banned from taking threes on the punch. You banned. Who
Bron
is it?
hit 2 of them tonight.
Who?
Bron.
Shit.
Luka on ball heavy. He's going to come in. He's not going to try to take Reeves off ball. Reeves going to assist both of the Bron threes, I bet. Watch.
Do you not remember what it looked like the last time all 3 of them was on the court? It was LeBron standing in the corner, going into halftime with 4 points.
I remember.
Luka with 29 by halftime, and Reeves probably at like 11 or 12. But, I mean, I like it. I mean, he's at home, so, like, his legs is definitely going to be charged. The crowd is going to give it to him.
That trail 3 at the top of the key, he's letting that fly.
But you know how it is. First game, adrenaline. Like, he's going to get him up. I mean, I definitely say he probably attempts 7 to 9 for sure. It's just, sometimes that thing couldn't hit the ocean.
He'll break a few.
Sailboat. But if that's what you want to do.
No, I won't make that my parlay piece. I won't make that the parlay piece.
Is it plus money?
Nope. Even line, minus 110.
What is it for 1-3?
Probably minus 250. I didn't check.
I would take 1-3.
Let's see what they give him. Let's see what they give him here.
Hey, if y'all drink Starbucks, make sure y'all go get a caramel brulee latte.
Caramel brulee latte.
Change your life. Change your life.
I bet you Ace Bailey gets 12 points tonight.
I had him for 10.
Oh, yeah. Only worry with him is his foul trouble. Jeez, but he's good.
He weak last game.
Bro, what do you have, 6 fouls in like 10 minutes?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, he's gonna be out there a lot, whether they're getting blown out or not, I think.
All right, fellas, what do you guys like for your parlay piece? Let's get it together right here, right now.
So y'all know I normally don't take spreads, but I think I'm gonna rock with y'all's team to blow out the Jazz there. I mean, they're coming off of what, double OT game 2 days ago. Could be tired, and I mean, y'all been beating up on the opponents y'all should as of late anyway. Just beat up on the Pelicans. Who else was that y'all just smacked around, I believe, last game? Pellies. Beat up on the Hornets. Obviously, Brian's back. I'll tell you here in a second. I'll take the Lakers minus 12.5, though.
All right.
13
minus 12.5. JR, how you feeling?
Oh, it's the Bucks.
You go first.
Oh, you're making me go first.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. Okay. I can do that. I think I'm going to rock with some CFB or some college basketball tonight. There's a couple different lines I'm looking at in particular. I think I like Xavier to cover the 9.5 tonight against Old Dominion. That's one game I was looking at there.
Have you seen them, Rome? They look bad, bro.
Who, Old Dominion?
Not saying no, Xavier.
They don't look as good as I thought they would. But I think it's only a matter of time before they bounce back.
Yeah, I mean, they should progress throughout the season. I mean, they better.
I thought, granted, they got a couple guys I thought they were going to, be much better out of the gates. But
you said Old Dominion?
Yeah, I mean, Patino, it's his, first year there, so like, I think he'll end up getting it going. But I don't think he has the players.
Yeah, offensively, seeming like they're back and forth a little bit. But I keep thinking, I keep expecting them to look how I expected them to look, and it hasn't happened yet. And I'm just waiting for it, so I'll probably stay away actually there.
What game?
Xavier Old Dominion. Xavier, because you remember how we forgot we were on the show. We didn't mention that Rick Pitino Jr. had switched schools to Xavier.
Yeah, I was going to.
Forgot that.
When JR said it, I just didn't really get the time to chime in. But yeah,
I keep expecting them to look good each game, and they haven't.
They haven't. I mean, they look good to start off versus Iowa, and then I look back and they're getting blown out. I'm like, oh yeah, that's the offense I've been watching so far. They can't score, bro.
Yeah. I'll take the other one I was liking. South Carolina, minus 9.5, going up against Radford. Radford team who's already allowed a pretty good amount of points this season already. They got blown out by Wright State, got beat pretty bad by North Carolina. I think South Carolina's going to be better than they were last year. They haven't played anybody, granted, but they have looked good in all of their games. I think they beat Radford. I think they can get on a roll, honestly, against Radford, who hasn't really looked impressive at all. Not that I've watched them, as just looking at the stats, looking at what they look like at halftime in each of their games and the percentages at halftime in each of these games. Going up against opponents, even with them, they haven't looked all that great. So I think that they can get the win here tonight. South Carolina, obviously, and then I think they cover that 9.5 points as well. That'll be my parlay piece. South Carolina, 9.5. That game at 7 p.m. tonight. There was one more college game I liked too, just as another jab. Didn't write it down. I saw a line move and I was like, ooh. think that line's moving the wrong way. You like anything, JR?
Give me one more second. I'm almost.
Mikey Williams going to UCLA tonight, huh?
Oh, that was another one. The UCLA spread's pretty big for a Sacramento State team that's kind of been a little chippy this season.
Well, it's Mikey Williams props here.
I thought he got locked up.
He did.
He did a while back. He's back hooping in at Sac State, surprisingly.
They got a couple. Shaquille O'Neal plays there as well. Shaq's younger kid.
Oh, does he at Sac State?
Yeah, and they got one more kid in the portal as well. That was
I mean, this guy named Barry or Cherry.
Cherry.
Jeremiah Cherry.
Cherry. Where did he play last year?
I'll tell you. UNLV.
Yeah. Okay, so he can play a little bit as well.
Yeah.
Like 3 players that probably could have went to better schools than Sacramento State, but it's the coach. Who's Sacramento State's coach?
Let's see.
He's the one that got all these kids.
Oh, Mike Bibby. That's
yes,
right.
Mike Bibby is Sac State's coach.
Yeah.
Going up against the UCLA squad that hasn't looked like they should with the best guard in the transfer portal and Donovan Dent. Mick Cronin already had.
Yeah, you already know Cronin. Yeah, he's been crashing out since last season. Oh, yeah, that is a lot of points.
What is it?
27 and a half. 27 and a half.
I mean, but Sacramento State, they haven't been like good. They just
They got some good talent on the team.
I mean, but UC Davis isn't a bad team that they lost to, and then Santa Barbara isn't a bad team that they lost to. You know what? That's a jab. Give me Sacramento State to cover that 27.5. I still think they lose by double digits, but I think they can keep that like in like a 15 to 20 deficit in that point range, lose by 17 or 18 points or something like that.
Give me race to 10 points plus 400. Jeez.
We'll make that a jab.
Okay.
Actually, I'm gonna take them straight up. Like I'm gonna straight bet them like a plus 24.5 or something like that. What's that first plus money prop?
Race to 10 points plus 400. You're cashing in 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm. All right. For my leg, I'm doing North Carolina A&T Aggies money line minus 152.
Money line straight up
against Morgan State Bears. They're 1-3, 66% favorite. I'm gonna hammer this. I'm gonna put 1.5 unit on this one.
1.5 units on that.
You
said it was North Carolina
A&T Aggies. A&T.
That's right.
Yeah. And then my second one, well, not on the punch, but I'm also taking Buffalo plus 2.5. I'm gonna hammer that with a 1 unit.
Yeah, you mentioned that one earlier.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna do Towson minus 3.5. Minus 3.5 at minus 110 with 1 unit. I'm betting each of those straight, but I'll do the Carolina A&T on the punch minus 152.
I like it.
So I just did some digging after I just said that race to 10 plus points. So UCLA's first 3 games versus Eastern Washington, Pepperdine, West Georgia. I believe they was all 9-9 the score at one point. UCLA ended up scoring that 10 point, I believe, in 2 of the 3. But I mean, these teams are right there. Who says Mike Bibby, doesn't come in there, start off a little hot? I think it's a value play.
I like it.
Race to 10, or maybe even race to 5. That's like plus 250. I mean, 5 points. That's a 3 and a 2-pointer.
Ron, can you give me permission to post in the Discord on Ticket Punchers?
Go ahead.
Give Curtis access to that way we can post the plays, and then I can post links and stuff, and we can start doing the Discord too, because I can easily copy and paste from my PC.
Crazy.
Yeah, let me
that way we can get that rolling, because the last thing we got in here is the first parlay hammer of the year, the 500 to pay the 7,400.
How do I do it here?
It'll be in permissions, and then my Discord name. All right, I'm gonna just message you.
How we feeling about them cards?
Feeling very good about them
Whoa.
cards.
I don't even know who we play. Do we play today?
No, we don't play tonight.
Oh, okay.
I didn't realize we played Cincinnati this early in the season. I mean, I can
Oh, yeah.
still go, but it's just like I got to cover Cincinnati's football game Saturday. So I mean, and we play them Friday. So I'm thinking about maybe going and staying down there. But that's just
It'll be a good time. It's gonna be a little chilly.
yeah.
It'll be a good time though. Oh, baby.
All right, fellas, I'm gonna hop out of here and get to the crib.
All right, brother.
All right, Tom.
Let's can one of y'all text I had North Carolina or South Carolina
punch.
-9.5, but can you text Kate the triple punch for us so we can get that out to the @ticket_punchers? Shout out to you guys listening live still on the Real Spiel Podcast, Big X Sports.
What was the
YouTube
triple?
pages.
One more time.
I had North Carolina or South Carolina -9.5.
South Carolina. It's college basketball.
Yeah, college basketball -9.5.
-9.5.
Curtis had the 12.5 Lakers. And you had the
12.5.
Yeah, North
It might be up to 13.5 Lakers.
I saw 12.5 still.
Okay.
I was looking at alternate down to 10. It was like -172. Curtis minus 12.5. Curtis, and then I took North Carolina.
A&T. Hell yeah, I like that play. And then we're on the I'm on UCLA, man. I'm on SAC to cover that. That race to 10's a good bet.
I'm about to send it to y'all.
What is it? The +400 or something?
Yeah. I mean, the fact that they've been how does that happen in 3 games straight where you're tied 9-9? That's kind of wild to me.
Yep. GG's. Did you find that permission?
No, I'm still looking here.
Okay.
I go to this like the.
Let me go to mine. I have to do it to be able to know. You click at the top and you go into settings. Server settings. Go into
Oh, I forgot that game's at 6:30. Michigan State and Kentucky. It's about to start.
Go into roles.
All right, fellas, I got to tend to the kiddo. I'll see y'all.
All right, brother, be safe. Bunch of tickets.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, view as server role. No, shit. Where is it?
Here, I just gave you the ability to manage. Here I go. I'm just checking off all the things for you to do stuff.
All right, cool. That'll work. I'll figure it out. Okay, yeah, it just opened up. I got it. Good deal, skis.
All right, I just gave you those permissions. Let me do the same thing to Philly Picks here.
I'll say send a message in the chat and just y'all post all y'all stuff, and then I can make a little thing and post it on here. Did we miss any questions?
I don't think so. No.
Last time we missed a lot in the chat. Like even after the fact, can you see like the questions and stuff like after the radio portion?
Nope, not unless they commented on YouTube.
How can I see what people are commenting?
You see the chat tab on the bottom right there?
Yeah, but don't nothing ever pop up for me.
Doesn't it? You see Quentin McCauley?
Nothing. I never
Are you
get
logged
anything.
in? To restream?
Yeah, I've been using the same credentials
You don't get the chat popping up on the right?
Mm-mm. I mean, like, it's there. The chat is there, but